Hello and welcome back to 27 Fox Place. If you're new to my channel, my name is Randy and I'm going to start off today with a house reset. I always like to start off the day by making the bed and tidying up around the house. And you may have heard me say this before, but it's something that makes a big impact with very little time and effort. It takes me about 15 or 20 minutes to reset my house for the day, and I'll spend another 15 or 20 minutes on a weekly task like dusting. I like to do a little bit every day so that I have more free time on the weekends. So after I reset my house this morning, I have some zone cleaning that I need to take care of. I try to focus on one room every week and work on the tasks that I don't get to on a daily or weekly basis. Because I've been working on extra projects around the house, I haven't been able to keep up with my regular zone cleaning schedule, and I'm hoping to get back on track. So today I'm going to start off with the zone that's been neglected the longest. My husband cleaned up in the kitchen this morning. He put all the dishes away and cleaned up after breakfast, but there's still a few things I need to do. There are just some things that he doesn't like to do that I don't mind doing, and vice versa. So hand washing the dishes is just one of the things that I tend to take care of. Keep all of my scrub brushes in this false drawer front, and it's a handy feature, but they tend to fill up with crumbs, so I like to hand wash the inserts because they might warp from the heat of the dishwasher. And I'm also going to put the brushes in the dishwasher to kill any bacteria that might be growing on them, because if the brushes aren't clean, they can transfer bacteria to the dishes they come in contact with. So I like to run the scrub brushes through the dishwasher a few times a week just to make sure that they're clean. There isn't very much in the dishwasher, so I'm going to fill it up with some things from around the kitchen so that I can run it. I have some bulky items like the grates from the stove that I can put in the dishwasher so that I can save some time not having to wash them by hand. The filter above the stove is another thing that I like to run through the dishwasher about every month or so to prevent the grease from building up. I'm also adding about a quarter cup of vinegar to the dishwasher to help cut grease and water deposits. We cover everything that we put in the microwave, but we still manage to get a few splatters. So I'm going to boil a cup of water with some vinegar in the microwave, and after it comes to a boil, I'll give the steam some time to loosen up the grease and splatters while I work on other things. I'm always careful to brush away the excess crumbs on the stove top before I clean it so that I don't scratch the cooktop. And to reduce the time that I have to spend scrubbing, I like to add a little water and let it sit for a few minutes to loosen up any stuck-on food. We clean up in the kitchen after every meal, but I don't use cleaner on the countertops every time I clean the kitchen. I usually do this in the evening time after dinner, but since we had takeout last night, I took the night off. So I'm going to take a few minutes to clean off the countertops this morning. Now that the steam has had a chance to loosen everything up, all I have to do is give the microwave a quick wipe down. I recently started using a microfiber cloth to clean the stainless steel appliances, and so far it's working out great. I use a damp cloth to clean the surface and a dry cloth to buff out the streaks. And I've been wanting to try this for a while, and I honestly wish I'd done it sooner. I'm going to keep using the stainless steel polish on the cooktop for now so that I can use up the last of the cleaner. I have a few receipts and yesterday's mail to put away, and this is the spot where all the paper clutter piles up. I've tried keeping files in different places throughout the house, but things just never got put away. So instead of bringing the papers to the files, I set up a filing system here instead. And because everything is right where I need it to be, I can take care of the mail as soon as it comes in so that it doesn't pile up. Now that I have all the dailies taken care of, I need to start working on the staircase. I'm just going to add a few drops of soap to a gallon of water in one bucket, and I'll fill the other with clean water. This is my least favorite thing to do, so I'm going to get it out of the way before I do anything else. This is something I do once or twice a year. I wipe down the banisters and railings with soapy water and then rinse them with some clean water. And this is Callie's favorite spot to rest her head so that she can keep an eye on things. And I don't know how she gets this spot so dirty. I approach zone cleaning a little differently than I do deep cleaning. I usually break up my house into zones consisting of one room, and I'll spend about an hour cleaning one room every week. When I deep clean a space, I clean everything in the entire room from top to bottom, whereas zone cleaning isn't quite so comprehensive. There are some things that I clean annually or semi-annually, which I don't always include when I zone clean.
To say you should hear it. Oh, I'm happy to make time for your feelings, but you have to admit
I found the command hooks that I used to hang up the Christmas garland while I was cleaning the banister. I usually take them down after the holidays when I put away the garland, but it looks like I forgot this year.
Already do. Let's just break it down to you and me uptown, dancing all around till the disco ball pops. But I have to be me, and everyone can see your anger is misplaced. And I'm gonna tell ya, don't hate me 'cause I get attention. Don't turn me into what I'm not. I have to be me 24/7, and I ain't never gonna stop. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Oh, no, no, no. No, oh, oh, oh. And I ain't never gonna stop. Come on. Listen to me. I've tried so many times to tell you this is as good as I can be. Why isn't it enough to be faithful and also be the hit of the party? Let's just break it down to you and me uptown, dancing all around till the disco ball pops. But I have to be me, and everyone can see your anger is misplaced. And I'm gonna tell you, don't hate me 'cause I get attention. Don't turn me into what I'm not. I have to be me 24/7, and I ain't never gonna stop. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Never gonna stop.
Do your best to ignore the beat-up newel post and baseboards. I'm hoping to replace the baseboards this year, and if I have time before Christmas, I'd also like to paint the staircase. But right now, beat up and clean is better than beat up and dirty. This is the spot where Ace likes to sleep, and we give both dogs a bath about every 1 or 2 months. And we try to take a few minutes every week to brush them, and it helps with shedding more than anything. We have a satin paint finish on the walls, which makes it easy to wipe down, and I couldn't imagine what this wall would look like if it were flat paint instead.
No, 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 no. Hey, yeah, 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 yeah. I ain't never gonna stop. No, no. Oh, I ain't never gonna stop. I ain't never gonna stop now, baby. Never gonna stop now, baby, yeah.
This tiny area gets a lot of traffic, and it shows. This tiny hall leads to the garage, the bathroom, and the staircase, and the dogs are always crowding this door every time we go in and out. Now that I've finished the hard part, I'm going to use a damp microfiber cloth to wipe down the rest of the surfaces in this zone. I pulled the cabinet out so that I could vacuum the baseboards, and I was surprised how much dust I found on the back of the cabinet. I took a minute to wipe down the cords and the cabinet before I vacuumed. I did vacuum the staircase, but somehow the footage disappeared. And I still need to mop the floors in the entryways, but I want to make sure that I put the kitchen back together before I mop the floors. I try to leave the floors for last so that they have time to dry before we start walking on them. I pushed the table out of the way to clean and almost forgot to clean it. I gave the lampshades to my husband to blow off the dust with the leaf blower since he was outside doing yard work. And he left them here on the side table, and now that they're clean, I just need to put them back. That's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, remember to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so that you don't miss the next video. So goodbye for now, and I hope to see you next time.